So, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk to different people in my day-to-day life about politics, there is always one question that seems to come up not too long after the conversation even really begins, and it always goes like this. Josh, who are the they? Who are the they that you talk about that control everything we see, hear, and do? Now, I'll tell you, okay, I don't actually think we'll ever find out who the top they are, because I think they like to stay hidden. But if you take a long enough look, you can start to work out and decipher who the they employ to do their work for them. And the World Economic Forum are a big part of that they. Now, if you want to learn a quick party trick, if you want a glimpse into the future of humanity and impress your friends, act like a time traveler, then just simply watch an interview with Mr. Schwab and there'll be a round of applause, trust me. And maybe this video will give you that chance to impress all of your friends at the next party you attend. At the minute right now, there is the G20 summit going on, right? This is where all the world leaders gather together to talk about all the world issues going on and how can we solve them? How can we make the world a better place? Or, some might say, create those issues depending on who you ask. Now, supposedly, right, we're told this event is supposed to be for world leaders. So when you see certain people like Mr. Schwab rock up to these events, you would have to start to ask the questions. Why is such a powerful man who is part of a powerful organization allowed to rock up and potentially, well, he does, change the agenda, change the direction of the world? It's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, we were lucky enough, fortunate enough to get a speech from Mr. Schwab himself where he gave a little, I don't know, some orders to his people that were watching about we need to reconstruct the world. We need to have a deep, systematic reconstruction. Some may say a great reset. Now, where have I heard that before? Interesting. Anyway, I'm sure you're all eager to listen to what this man says. So take a look.
But actually, what we have to confront is a deep, systemic, and structural restructuring of our world. And this will take some time. And the world will look differently after we have gone through this transition process. Politically, the driving forces for this political transformation, of course, is the transition into a multipolar world, which has a tendency to make our world much more fragmented. And for these reasons, events like this one, the G20, and so on, are the very important connectors to avoid a too great segmentation, I would say, blockization instead of globalization of our world.
Now, I think this is clearly telling everybody what everybody like me has been saying for so long, that the world is about to change. The world is about to change so much that you won't even recognize it, and it's going to take a long time. As Mr. Schwab says, if I check the year, it should take about, 8 years in total, right? As you see, I think we are truly in that transition of change right now. You're seeing economies collapse pretty much every month. Okay, the UK has literally just gone into recession. You're seeing conflict pop out of everywhere. Not only with the average person, but with countries themselves. You're seeing these health issues just pop out of nowhere. For anybody that is a bit more educated and realizes what's going on, none of this is by coincidence, right? None of these things just happen by coincidence. They're all perfectly planned to fit the agenda, to fit the narrative that these people want to purport. In these next 8 years, you are going to witness things get exceptionally worse. And I mean that, I truly mean that. And I'll be honest with you, right? I'm not pessimistic in life whatsoever. In fact, I'm probably one of the most positive people in my life. But even I know and can accept what is coming. And I truly don't think people are ready for it. In fact, I don't think people even care at this point. And I think the World Economic Forum, people like them, they have started to recognize this, because as long as people get to go clubbing on the weekend, they get their McDonald's, they get to clock into their 9-to-5 job, they get to watch their favorite TV show, then they simply don't care. And then when these things start to happen, they just nod their head and say, okay, nah, this is what's best for me. And they recognize that. And hey, let's be honest, they have made sure people stay asleep and accept this. People are literally walking like zombies into this direction without even knowing it. And that's the scary part. People just nod their heads and accept everything that is going on. And it will get to a point, right? It will get to a point, you know the famous saying by now, where everybody will own nothing and be happier for it, and they will own everything if they don't already. However, it is not all doom and gloom. It is not all doom and gloom, because some people decide to wake up from this slumber and start to realize what is going on, and they become free thinkers. People who can work out why this is happening, why that is happening, why certain things just have to happen. Now, you may get laughed at. You may get told, you're idiotic, you're stupid, you're crazy. How could you say such a thing? Because that's how they've positioned you in life. But that's what's most dangerous to them, right? You and I, free thinkers, are what is most dangerous to these people. They don't want that. They hate it. They despise it. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, it truly scares them. It really does. Now, everybody always says, well, who's going to come and save us? We need a world leader to come out from the shadows and save everybody. We all know that's not going to happen. We all know that's not going to happen. Because if anybody's going to get saved by anybody, then it starts with the average person. As George Orwell said in his book, the hope lies with the proles. I think that's how it goes. Nobody's coming to save anybody. It will have to be a revolution to get the change that we really want. In history, right? In history, there is always this sort of tyranny that goes on. You know, if you look at the history books, there's always a group of people that want to control everything and have control over the whole world. But if you look closely enough, they always end up failing. Now, I will say this age of tyranny has a strong lock on people. They've managed to control every single thing, from the media to the newspapers to entertainment to songs. You name it, they have it. But I still truly think one day it will all come crumbling down. Now, when you start to think like this, you start to become more isolated, right? You start to feel like you can't talk to anybody. You feel like you can't listen to anybody without having the urge to say something or think something that is labeled as crazy or free thinking. So I'm going to give you a nice little offer here. If you have enjoyed today's video and you want to join an ever-growing community of people who are free thinking, then please, for me, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, because hey, who knows, tomorrow could be another video about Mr. Schwab himself. If you have enjoyed today's video, then please, for me, also make sure to leave a like rating, as it would really help out the channel and pushes the video out further so more and more people can see this and potentially wake them up, because that's really the mission, right? That's really the mission we're all on, to wake people up. This sun is doing my head in anyway. Keeps going in and out. I thought the sun was meant to wake people up, not people like us. But regardless, it has been your boy JD. Please, for me, make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace. See you next time.
FBI, open up!